Hey everyone, welcome to today's live IELTS speaking practice session. I am here with you guys and I am excited to have with you and share my IELTS speaking practice. So whatever we are preparing for IELTS exam and here we are listening my IELTS speaking practice and I got speaking 6 and I aim to get band score 8. So and listen and subscribe me because every day I'm trying to speaking practice and motivated me by subscribing. So start. So here are some questions like the cue card topic to be like describe a enjoyable journey by public transportation. Public transport. Describe an enjoyable journey by public transport. So the question be like where you went, who you were went with, what you did, how you felt about it. So the answer will be like this. I have made many trips by public transport. My father is an avid traveler and would take us to different parts of my country once a year. So we most travel by trains, and I have found memories of all those journeys. Our journey, I remember very well, was a little different, but the other stop trip. We most travel by trains, and I have found memories of all those journeys. One journey I remember very well was a little different than our other trips. It was the time when I went to my cousin's wedding in a random area, which is destination wedding. My father has four brothers and they all live in that area. For one who live in expect for one who live in abroad. My uncle invited us to his son's wedding in that place and was decided to go there and we decided to go there. We booked our ticket. I was so excited to travel with all my cousins and relatives. This was the first time we were traveling, we all traveling together. We were four families and a total of 15 people. We decided to meet at my uncle's towns in the city and were going to take the train from there. When we reached at the platform, we came to know that the train was going to come at another platform. We already had 10 minutes. We only had 10 minutes and we all starting to run toward the other platform. So we had many suitcase and bag. We were trying to make sure that we all stayed together and no one get lost. We were laughing so hard by the time we reached our train. We nearly missed our train. Finally, we got on board and seated in. It was a long journey. We spent most of talking, playing and card games, board games, singing, etc. One of my uncle is a foodie and whenever the train would stop at a big station, he would get us something to eat. Street food at train stations so yummy and every station had something unique to offer. We spent the night in the train and no one wanted to sleep, but all did sleep. Eventually, we reached the city by the next day. My uncle had come to pick us all up. I was so excited to see him and my cousins. I was meeting them after so long. So, thank you so much for listening my live, and I am trying to practicing my IELTS for practicing English every day for my IELTS exam. And most of the time I uh, uh, feel so hard when I try to speak in English. uh, as you guys know, most of the people who give IELTS exam, they they have another mother tongue and they don't know properly. But by day with practice, practicing this type of session, doing help everyone to get their goals. And I prepare myself quite enough, and I know what to say. And whenever I am trying, those part like part 1 is very easy. Then and part 1 the questions like what are you doing in your where you live, what is your favorite food, and tell me something about your area, and etc etc. But in part 2 we get 2 minutes to speak, which is continuously we have to perform, and with proper grammar without any grammatical uh, disturbance, and with proper grammar. And the most of the peoples have this type of face the trouble in tense parts of space, and the proper idioms, and most of the time I try to use phrase, but when I was thinking about the word which I want to use, I just distract, and the examiner, the guy who sitting in front of me, he also disturbed, feel disturbed. So that's why I skip. But it is not by this, by doing this I will not get mm, my my uh, best score. So I'll try a lot, and that's why I am here. And I think by doing this and continuously speaking, it's helped me to perform good. So please give a subscribe and bell icon, and leave a comment which is give me confident, and which is give me confident for doing this every day. Thank you so much for listening, and let's speak another topic. So we are talking like mm, part 2, and right now I am speaking in part 3. The follow-up question is, why do people choose to travel by public transport? The answer will be like, people choose to travel by public transport because it is most affordable than taxi and private vehicle. Many use to avoid traffic congestion and parking issue hassle. So the question is, why do people choose to travel by public transport? The answer is, public choose to travel by public transport because it is more affordable than taxi and private vehicle. Many used to avoid mainly used to travel avoid traffic congestion and parking hassles. Why do more people like to travel by plane? More and more people like to travel by plane because it is fast and efficient. Also, expansion of airlines routes and the availability of budget airlines has made it more accessible to a wide range mm, of traveler for traveler. Okay, the question is, why do more and more people like to travel by plane? The answer is, more and more people like to travel by plane because it is faster and efficient. It is faster and efficient. This will all alternate at this will keep also expansion of airlines routes and the availability of budget airlines has made it more accessible to a wide range of travelers. Do you think offering free public transport will solve traffic problems in the city? Yes, it will encourage people to use public transport instead of private vehicle. This will alternative mm, this will less make less traffic congestion, but other measure like improving infrastructure, quality of public transport, and specifically bicycle lane etc, and better strengthening our control of traffic. What are the advantages of traveling by public transport? And the answer will be like, for part 3 is, it is good for environment as it reduce carbon emission. The question is, what are the advantages of traveling by public transport? So my answer will be like, eco-friendly. And the answer is it is good for environment as it reduce the carbon emission. It is more affordable and people don't have to worry about traffic and public issue. So the and so the next question will be like, what do you think are the cheapest and most expensive means of transport? The cheapest means of transport are carrying, cycling, and walking. The cheapest means of transport are cycling and walking. Public bus and trains are relatively affordable. Most expensive means of transport are personal cars and air travel. The question was, what do you think are the cheapest and most expensive means of transport? So my answer will be like the most cheapest and the most expensive. The most cheapest transport are cycling and walking because it is fully free and it's done by our own health, goods, and by our own energy. But affordable is the affordable more affordable is public bus and trains, relatively affordable. And the expensive means the transports are personal cars and air travel like Bugatti and etc etc. So my next question is, what are the difficulties that communicates face during rush hour? And the answer will be like traffic jam, pollution, stress, and overcrowded public transport, limited parking, etc. are some problems commonly faced during rush hour. The question was, what are the difficult difficulties that communities face during rush hour? And the answer will be like traffic jam, pollution, stress, overcrowded public transport, like limited parking, etc. are some problems commuters face during rush hour. So my next cue card question is, describe something you own that you want to replace. And you should say what it is and where it is, how you got it, explain why you want to replace it. So my answer will be like, when I think of the thing that I want to replace, mostly electronics and home appliance, goods by my goods for goods, etc. In my mind. When I think of things that when I think of things that I want to replace, mostly electronics and home appliance comes to my mind. Most electronics made those days does not do not have a long lifetime lifespan. Most electronics made those days don't have a long lifespan. Most of them use daily and wear and tear over time. Sometimes they become outdated and new technology advancement lead to newer advantaged products. I figure, and most of the times I try to use them as much as I can and only replace them if they break or can't be fixed. I am mm, practical, and most of the time I just try to use them as much as I can and only replace them if they break and can be fixed. However, this is only things I own that still works, but I really want to replace it. It is it is a 40-inch TV that I got about 10 years ago. I got it from the LG store in my town. I always like to buy electronics locally as it is easier to get service if something is wrong. It is in my living room and has worked well for me for so many years. I never had to get it fixed for replace any parts. I use it daily as I really enjoy watching movie, cricket and playing video games. There are many reasons why I want to replace it. I moved to a new home a few months ago and the living room of this house is bigger. So my TV is too small for this room and I want to upgrade to a bigger size screen. Not only this, but few TVs also have better resolutions, fast processing speed, and built in streaming service like YouTube and Netflix. They are also more energy efficient, so they are better for the environment and can save me my money on electricity bill. Also, the TV is out of warranty and it is breaks. Repairing and replacing parts would be hard. I think replacing the TV would be a worthwhile investment. In part 3, the follow up question will be like: does consumption have any impact on the environment? The answer will be like energy consumption leads to greenhouse gas emissions that contributes to pollution, climate change and global warming. Unsustainable consumptions of goods results in water, soil and habitat loss etc. Why do people always want to buy new things to replace old one? People always want to buy new things to replace old things because of technology advancement offering improved feature. Some people want to keep up with the new trends and fashions. The question was, why do people always want to buy new things to replace old one? The answer is like people always want to buy new things to replace old things because of technological advancements offering improvement features. Some people want to keep up things to new trends and fashions. Why do you think some people replace things more often than others? Some people replace things more often because they really value materialistic things and want to stay up to date with the latest trends. Other reasons they can be that some people have greater purchasing power and some feel obligated because of peer pressure. Why do young people change things more than old people? Young people have fear financial responsibility and can afford frequent upgrades. They like to stay current with trends. Social media and peer pressure also